Sponsored by Winwing Technologies. Replicates the real Viper's mechanical movement with full metal construction. Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to the Guerilla campaign, Day 2, Rhino Send.
Day 1 saw Bluefall emerging from the northern mountains to conduct recon flights over the AO, rescue special forces and intel operators from the field, and deny Redfall uncontested access to the mountains. The missions were successful, and we managed to gain a significant amount of intel from the AO, much of which is actionable, but some objectives require more development. We also unlocked the Special Forces and Intel Operators assets, which are already being put to work for today's missions. The attack on Redfall in and around the kill box have prompted Redfall to cease patrols in the mountains for now, whilst presumably they assess the situation and reinforce their assets in the area. Today, we will take advantage of the element of surprise and the intel gathered to strike back against the Red forces, whilst also attempting to obtain weapons and intel to maintain momentum in this campaign. So if you click on the campaign tree tab, you'll notice that the campaign tree is looking a lot more fruitful today than it was last week, thanks to all of the intel that we gathered last week. Some of the objectives you see are sort of surrounded in red or outlined in red. Those are objectives that we know of that are in play, but we can't actually activate those yet because we don't know where they are. We don't have enough intel, so those require a bit more intel to be able to make those actionable in the future. There's 3 others that are surrounded in green, and those are objectives that have been activated for today's missions as voted by the members, Grim Reapers, and I'll go through that in a bit. And there's others that are available but weren't voted for today. The main one in the centre, Redfall HQ at Katesi, that was obviously, we were aware of that last week. There's not much update on that, except for the fact that there was a naval group, a small naval group detected off the coast, which has a capability to launch cruise missiles. So we believe that they'll probably use those as a counter-attack to repel any attack on Redfall HQ. So that's something that's going to need to be, either that group's going to have to be eliminated before attempting that, or perhaps try to intercept those cruise missiles. That's up to the members to decide. But moving outwards of the tree into the Intel Comms HQ element, the yellow branch, this is a new HQ element that's involved in all sort of intel aspects of Redfall, as well as counterintelligence and some propaganda as well. The intel was routed through 2 hubs. One is in the west and east of the AU somewhere. We don't know exactly where that is. We don't know where the main headquarters is either. We have a propaganda station that we believe is attached to, that has connection to the 2 hubs, as well as a high-level commander at that place. The propaganda station is responsible for propaganda in the AO as well as abroad, aimed at the enemies, so flag operations and social media kind of operations to try and stoke tensions within sort of Western countries, basically. So we think that doing a raid on that will net us a high-value target that may give us the locations of the hubs. There's also a counterinsurgency headquarters somewhere that's trying to nip any kind of resistance in the bud, basically, within the occupied Blue Land territories. Don't know where that is exactly, but we have reports from locals that a local resistance group that attacked an arms convoy moving through the area has gone missing. So if we investigate that, we could find the location of counterinsurgency headquarters, as well as sort of get some information about sort of arms convoys in the area, maybe some weapon unlocks, as well as obviously increasing our sort of goodwill in that area. So that's a mission that's been activated for today, and I'll go through that a bit more. Got the IAS headquarters located somewhere in the AO, we believe. We don't know exactly where. And we have an east and a west station. We don't know where the east station is. The west station is at Batomi, I believe. So that's something we can attack and neutralize as well as raid it for some intel. We believe that that's also nearby. There's some sort of SAM depot, so that's another objective. If we can find a location, we could either destroy or raid to sort of degrade the IADs in the AO, as well as net some more advanced SAMs. We've got some man pads, but we could do with some more SAMs that could open up some interesting opportunities. And to find the East Station, there's a direction finding kind of mission to available to find that. Naval HQ, we found this at Sochi from last week's flights. Heavily defended, air defended. They've captured a frigate, which we don't believe they're going to be able to put to sea because it was actually at the docks being refitted, and they don't also have a crew that's capable of taking it to sea. But we have detected that they've got the air defense up and running, so that's sort of reinforcing that area. Yeah, the anti-ship, the small sort of naval group out to sea, that's currently blocking a shipment of target pods. So that's another advantage for taking that out if we can, but we currently don't have any anti-ship missiles. And also they're sort of they're sailing close to civilian shipping, so we need a bit more intel before we can realistically attack that if that's what people are interested in. There's an unknown offshore contact. We don't know exactly what it is, but we've detected some signals from offshore, so that could be investigated further. There's a fast patrol base on the coast where they're conducting patrols up and down the coast. They're also, interestingly, periodically going into the Naval HQ, the fast patrol boats. So the intel operators have a plan. If we could raid that, they could actually try and nab a boat and try and infiltrate the naval headquarters, gain some intel, and potentially do some sabotage there before any operation on the Naval HQ itself to try and soften it up. And the special force operators also want to try and take some fast patrol boats for maybe be useful in some future operation. So that's an opportunity. Moving over to the ground command headquarters, we don't know exactly where that is, but that's responsible for logistics as well as sort of armor and mechanized battalions in the AO, in the occupied area. There's a munitions storage somewhere in the AO, which could be a good opportunity to get some new weapons. We don't know exactly where that is, as well as an engineering headquarters responsible for repairing bridges and any kind of civil engineering projects, runway repairs, things like that. So taking that out would also be an advantage, but we don't know exactly where that is either. But we have identified a main supply route going through Guerilla, where a lot of the hardware for these two locations are. So we got an idea to insert a small special forces team, an intel team near Gori, so that they could set up an OP, an observation post, to try and get a lead on where these locations are. And that's a mission that's been activated today. So I'll go through that in a bit. There's also a train station that they're using to bring equipment in and store equipment, but it's currently also being used by civilians. So we need to make sure we got a bit more intel before we attack that. And that's, again, we need to insert an observation post nearby to gain some more intel on that objective, ideally. Moving on to the final one, the Air Command Headquarters. This is located, we detected that the headquarters is actually on board the AWACS with the main air commander, which is currently orbiting inside Redlands, which is a no-fly zone, so we can't actually go in there, and we don't actually have any air-to-air missiles anyway. So we need to keep working sort of air command branch objectives to try and sort of shake things up and create an opportunity to try and neutralize that. We have a helicopter base, which is somewhere inside the mountains. That's where the patrols from last week's, inside that sort of kill box operations, we believe that they're kind of operating in there somewhere. So we need to hunt that down ideally at some point. QRF attack, that's the Red Air attack, the Red Air base at Cobaleti, I think, Cobaleti, so neutralizing that would reduce Red Air in the area. And there's an EWR site, an LA warning radar, that they're sort of trying to install in the southern mountains. So ideally, it'd be good to take that out before that becomes operational and becomes an issue with vectoring in Red Air and detecting sort of our movements a bit more easily. And also today's operation, sort of main operation, is an air-based raid at Guerilla. This is, I'll go through that in a bit more detail in a second. Okay, so Objective Alpha. So this is the big one today in terms of the amount of resources. This is an attack on Guerilla airbase. You can see sort of underneath the ammo dump. So we're going to basically attack the airfield and raid the ammo dump for weapons, hopefully. So scrolling down to the brief, from Blue Falls personnel who used to work at Guerilla Air Base, we have learned that there may still be some air-to-air missiles in storage at the ammo dump on the base. The Blue Falls assets who were stationed there had to surrender, but before they did, they began decommissioning weapons, aircraft, and other military equipment on the base to prevent them falling into enemy hands. However, they were unable to fully complete this task. Today, Redfall has stationed some anti-air assets at the base, presumably to prevent Bluefall counterattack from being able to use the base as a landing zone or staging area. From photographic intel obtained yesterday from the Vigans, Red Air are moving any surviving equipment out of the base with transport aircraft. Destroying these assets and other equipment can hurt our campaign either. So the intel from yesterday's flights, we have identified SA-15 Shukers on the base. We've also spotted infantry fighting vehicles and infantry on the base as well. A small special forces team called Sign Bandit 1 have moved into the area overnight and have also located a mechanized infantry company nearby to the northwest of the base. We can expect a response from them unless we can neutralize them first. With the Red Air QRF being relatively close by at Cobaleti, we do need to mitigate them as a threat to provide enough time to conduct a raid on the ammo dump. We do have an idea how to achieve this with the unwilling cooperation of the downed Red Air pilots from yesterday's missions. So you may remember that they overflew one of our FARPs, attacking some of our jets from last mission, and a couple of them were shot down, and we've managed to capture them. So with the help of signal jamming at the FARP and the mountains, the Red Air pilots were unable to make radio contact with any of their friendly forces when they were hit and had to eject. We were able to record their mayday calls before they were captured, however. Before today's mission start, these recordings were transmitted with false coordinates to entice a response from the Red Air QRF and draw them into a sandbush location set up in the mountains with manpads. We've just received news from human intelligence sources that Red Air QRF have just departed from Cobaleti and are heading towards the site. This activity will hopefully keep Red Air busy for the duration of today's missions. If you go to the main map on the main briefing sheet, the first tab, you can see that there's in the sort of northern mountains, there's a red circle with sandbush. That's kind of an ambush site where we're sort of drawing the Red Air into that area and taking them out with manpads to try and give us some time to do our missions today. The assessment is this is a moderate difficulty. So we currently lack any long-range anti-radiation missiles, and the SA-15s are not to be underestimated. But a study of the topography around Guerilla shows that an assault from the mountains at low level should allow the Harriers to perform pop-up attack runs with their sidearm anti-radiation missiles just within range. If successful, this should allow our assets room to neutralize the AAA and IFV threats and destroy and raid other objectives. And all flights should remain low during this mission and usually just generally through the campaign. The bonuses for this operation is if we destroy the targets, we will reduce the air-to-air weapons of the Red Air units in the AO slightly for a short duration. It should also put pressure on the Red Air commander. And the raid, if successful, will unlock air-to-air missiles for us, some air-to-air missiles. So the mission is split into two phases. So the first is basically we need to neutralize those SA-15s, but we also need to neutralize the mechanized infantry. We know where they are and we can hit them. They're easily to hit before they move. So we want to do a little bit of a time on target. It doesn't have to be too accurate, but we want to sort of hit the SA-15s at the same time as the Vigans and the Mirages hit the mechanized infantry company. So the Vigans have a bit of a further transit towards the target, so they need to take off first, and then the Mirages and the Harriers can either delay takeoff or we can sort of marshal, whichever we prefer. with the kind of potential for damaging the landing gear of the Mirages, it might be a good idea to get up, and that way, if you have an issue with landing gear, you can respawn. I didn't make it clear last week because I was sort of rushing through, but any crashes at takeoff or landing at the FARPs, you can respawn. So if you have any issues with your landing gear at takeoff, you can respawn, and if you crash at landing, you can respawn as well, at least for the opening part of this campaign. So the Harriers are so the Vigans and the Mirages can follow their waypoints. It will take them through the valley to the sort of northwest corner, the top right left corner there. As you come out, do a hard sort of left turn and follow your waypoint. I think waypoint 4 for the Vigans and waypoint 5 for the Mirages. That will put you to the mechanized company. Stay nice and low. You're both sort of equipped with high drag bombs for low level attack, and then as soon as you've conducted your attack, follow your waypoints sort of north away from sort of Gadada, sort of over the mountains. So hopefully the Mirages and the Vigans can attack that around at the same time and neutralize that. And then as they're doing that, the Harriers will follow their waypoint through the valley to the top, and the top right there where you got the IP waypoint. So if we would come in low, out of that valley there where the arrow is, and then head directly to the next waypoint, which would be at Gadada, at low level, you should see that there's a hill in between that arrow and Gadada. It's about 800 feet high, so it's not massive, but it's pretty significant. So if we fly direct towards Gadada from the valley, we should be able to train mask quite easily with the mountain, well, with the hill there. About using if you've got Gadata selected as your waypoint, you'll have a ranged to waypoint on the bottom right corner of your HUD. About 7.5 nautical miles from the waypoint. I'd recommend popping up at about 20 degrees for a few seconds and then leveling off and trying to get a lock onto one of the SA-15s and firing your missile before you reach the hill. Once you get to the hill, if you've got a lock, fire. If you don't have a lock, you can fire anyway because the sidearms do have the ability to lock on after launch. But what I would say is it's pretty dangerous, but if you're disciplined, it's not too bad. But if you fly past the hill and you get shot at by an SA-15, your chances of making it back behind the hill and into cover before getting hit is very low. So it's all about that discipline of aborting, either firing and going cold and diving down low before you hit the hill. So it's all about discipline and basically fire a missile, then head back towards the valley. When you get to the valley, you can turn around and repeat. So basically you want to set up a racetrack between the IP point and the hill, and keep cycling. If we're all kind of doing it at different times, popping up, firing a missile in there and going cold, hopefully we can take out the SA-15s. Once the SA-15s and the mechanized company have been hit, and hopefully eliminated, that will be the end of the first phase. We can then all RTB. The Vigans don't need to RTB all the way back to FARP Paris, which is quite far. I've set the waypoints to bring them in on a good approach heading into FARP Dallas. You can just land on the red runway there and then continue to taxi forward to the refuel rearm point. Once you've done that, you can then take off on the blue runway heading south, so you don't need to turn around. You can just carry on. Same with the Mirages, and get ready for phase 2. And then the Harriers can RTB, and then they can basically their target when they come back for phase 2, assuming that the SA-15s are taken care of, is going to be the Shukas and any kind of light armor on Gadata. So recommend maybe sort of Mavericks, IR Mavericks, but we also have Bandit 1 that you can see on the map. They're located on the top of a hill, and they're going to be JTAC lasing on 1688. So you can take laser rockets or laser Mavericks and quite easily, hopefully hit some AAA that way. That's using the JTAC auto lay script. So you just activate them on the F10 other radio menu. So once hopefully the Harriers have cleared out destroyed a lot of the air defenses, the Mirages and Vigans can then come back and attack. The Mirages are sort of tasked with destroying the runway, and the Vigans are tasked with destroying taxiways as well as the parking areas at Kadata, where a lot of transport aircraft and utilities are there. But yeah, basically just mess that area up, but beware not to hit the ammo dump, or if you do attack targets around the ammo dump, make sure you use precision and sort of appropriate size munitions so that we don't destroy the ammo dump, which we're actually trying to raid to get the weapons. There is a fuel dump that you can attack, as well as any other buildings on the airfield. Thumper 1, which is a helicopter call sign, is also going to be approaching from the same kind of valley that the Vigans and Mirages come from. They need to make sure that they don't obviously come too close to Kadata before the SA-15s and AAA are eliminated. They can clear up any remaining sort of infantry around the ammo dump. You can see that in the photo there's an ammo dump small drone footage. You can see there is a IFV on the corner, and there is a roadblock sort of on that road approach road. So those are the threats you need to eliminate, and then you can drop off some troops in the compound itself, and then follow the instructions while the special forces conduct the raid. And so this is all CTLD, so you can pick them up at your FARP and then drop them off there. Hopefully that all works out. And they'll then instruct you if your weapons are operational, and then you can sling load some crates that hopefully are in the compound out back to the FARP, or just out of the target area. If time's not permitted, it doesn't really matter. But you don't need to pick the troops back up. They'll extract later with Bandit 1, with whatever vehicles they can grab, and move all the rest of the munitions out after the mission, and as well as they'll blow the ammo dump as they evacuate also. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So it's a little bit complex. Hopefully we're all going to be on the same tactical channel, so we can sort of try and communicate and with each other, and yeah, hopefully we can pull this one off. It'd be good to get to our hands on some air-to-air missiles. Okay, so on to the next objective Bravo. This is the Special Forces insertion at the main supply route, or near the main supply route near Gori. This is just being conducted by Thumper 2, which is a helicopter call sign. So I'll just quickly read it out. So locals in Gori have noticed a lot of Red 4 hardware and munitions moving through the area, presumably from Redlands. The Special Forces operators would like to set up an observation post overlooking the city to monitor the main supply route. And some intel operators would like to enter Gori and speak to some locals to try and build intel on where the munitions storage and engineering headquarters may be. The area around Gori is known to have a strong high-altitude air defense systems, and lots of SA-8s and Shukas inside the valleys and towns covering the low-altitude routes. Locals have identified nearby barracks where foot patrols in the area are being conducted from. So the execution is for Thumper 2 to pick up the Special Forces from the FARP using CTRD, and the intel operators, they'll be call sign Bandit 3 from FARP doubling, which you can see is a forward stage area that's been set up nearby, and attempt to drop them at the marked landing zone, which is also visible in the F10 map. Bandit 3 will then move on foot towards the observation post on their own. So it's advised that you study the topography and use your RWR to try and navigate a path through one of the valleys to the landing zone near Gori. A nearby antenna will need to be hit to prevent Red 4 in the area from suspecting an insurgent has taken place and begin conducting foot patrols in the area. So you see there's an antenna marked on the map. So once you've dropped off the troops, if you could just head there, just get a few rounds down, just so that they don't suspect. They'll suspect that the helicopters were in the area for that for that attack, and they won't think that there's a foot patrol somewhere that's been dropped off and try hunting them down. So the assessment for this is a moderate threat. We have an RWR-equipped scout helicopter, which I believe you have, and the intel we have on the area, it should be manageable. And the bonus for this, like I said earlier, is to hopefully find a location for the munition storage area and their engineering headquarters. Okay, so objective Charlie. This is going to be conducted by Thumper 3, which is a helicopter call sign again, as well as Hitman, which is the flankers. And this is a search and rescue and close air support mission. So we have made contact with some locals around Hani who have reported that a local resistance group who conducted an attack against Redfall weapons convoy has gone missing. We have decided to help them out to encourage other local resistance groups to help build human intelligence assets in the area. So the general location of the missing group is known by the locals in Hani. So the execution is for Thumper 3 to pick up the operators from the FARP Perth, and transport them to Hani, clear the few Redfall infantry in the area if there are any in the area, and drop the operators at the marked landing zone, which is visible in the F10 map, and provide top cover to them while they talk with the locals. Hitman will fly their waypoints and hold at waypoint 3 and await instructions from Phantom 1, who are the operators, call sign. Beware of nearby no-fly zone, which is at Kataisi, which is nearby. So just don't get too close to that area. There's a holding area marked on the map while you wait for for Phantom 1 to conduct their meetings. The flankers are loaded with rockets and an EM pod that have been modified with cameras, which Phantom can monitor live on the on their monitors in the helicopters. So hopefully Hitman Flights and Thumper 3 will conduct a search of the area the locals think may be of interest. So wait for the locals to tell you where the areas are, and conduct a search and try and locate that threat. Basically just follow the prompts, and hopefully we can rescue them. So the area around Hani is not thought to be heavily defended, so the threat is moderate again. The bonus for this objective, if successful, is we will boost support for Bluefall, which should net intel of Redfall intel operations in the area, warning of Red Air activity in the area, and a possible lead on the location of the Redfall weapons the resistance group were attempting to attack.
Flights: Gauntlet 1, Vigan, Space Chef, Stoat, Gauntlet 2, Empty, Havoc 1, Harrier, Rhino Cap, Jigsaw, Bypass, Havoc 2, Harrier, High, Makabu, Andres, Nomad 1, Mirage, Elo, Nomad 2, Jeff, Bean, Centillion, Hitman 1, Flanker, Damp, Tuxor, Chopsticks, Hitman 2, Flanker, Sonara, Shrek, Blight, Thumper 1, Bree, Red, Thumper 2, Poosh, Gak, Thumper 3, Brinks, and Dragon.
We're waiting for more, shall I take off?
Are we all here, guys? Yeah, let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, valued viewers, I am not confident about any of this at all. That's one. Oh god. Alright, calm down. Calm down. There we go, that's not so hard, is it?
Bypass wheels up.
Hey, that's not so hard at all.
3 over.
Oh. You're up. Careful, airborne.
right behind you in trail.
Sexy, sexy Harriers. Right. Doing alright, guys. Not messed anything up catastrophically so far. Which for us, is pretty good. Waypoint 1, 30 miles.
What's that? Dog.
Okay, that's waypoint 1. Why are they going so fast and I'm going so slow? Flaps, auto check. Throttle's fully back. Gear is up. Hello, fellow Harrier sentient beings.
Andres, bypass 1220 AM. Yeah, if we have script, the radio can go to AM on 220. Prepare to turn right for waypoint 3.
Set to turn.
If you don't have script, then we cannot go to FM. I guess we need a different frequency.
I don't know what they're moaning about.
Nobody is talking on 220 right now.
We're talking on 220.
Confirm.
Right is at the Marshall waypoint.
Are we heading in for the attack?
Sorry?
Are we heading in for the attack?
I think we're just waiting for the vehicles to get a little bit closer and then we're running.
Roger. Why are we going in a straight line then? Oh, we're race tracking.
Turn left. Okay, I think we'll start running in and commence our attack now.
Check, line of stern.
Sometimes, when nobody's looking, I like to lather myself up with Crisco and hide in my engine nacelle and pretend that I'm a bird strike.
How romantic.
Okay, all call signs on tactical green. Harriers are going to begin the deed operation.
Sometimes, when nobody's looking, I like to bury myself up to my neck in machine parts and pretend that I'm a crew chief. Don't tell the boys back home that, though.
The boys already know.
Yeah, remember not to fly past the hill, pop up before the hill, fire the missiles and get behind it as quick as you can.
Hey Tux or want to touch tips?
Might have to at this point because I'm getting a bit bored. Yeah, but you can't fly information upside down. Is this how our flight dies? Yes.
I'm pretty sure if I tried that, I would kill Tuxor in the process.
I mean, I don't mind.
If I was Jester, I'd be playing Asteroids right now.
Don't go past the hill. Get a nice racetrack, one missile at a time, and yeah, hopefully get them.
Luck is not a factor.
Waypoint 3 is the exit to the valley, waypoint 4 is Guerilla. You should see the hill in front of you as you exit the valley mouth. Clock up at 7.5 miles from waypoint 4. Rhino popping up.
Two sidearms out, Cap.
Magnum ×1, going defensive.
Pull up.
Head back towards the valley mouth. And repeat.
Cap Shack, one tour.
Nice.
We're stuck, I've got stuck out as a friggin' tone. How does that happen? Cap running in.
Rhino running in. See some smoke, some SAM launches. Oh, actually, they may be Magnum.
Cap, Magnum ×2 Winchester.
Rhino, pop up.
Bypass Magnum. Cap, we have Mavericks as well.
Is there a liaison yet, though?
It's a JTAG 1688.
Magnum.
Okay. Two. Oh, Shack 2 guys. Happy with that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, bypass moving out to 9 miles Maverick range.
Kept running in with Mavericks.
Shack 1 SA-15.
That's how you do it, boys. Scan, scan, scan. Scan, 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 scan. Target found. Range on Maverick, guys?
8-9 miles should be okay, Cap.
Thank you.
Warm-up time 1 minute or so needed.
Yep.
Pull up, pull up,
Running in.
pull up, pull up.
If you select the Mavericks and uncage, they'll find the laser after you talk to the JTAC.
Out.
Yeah, I found the laser, but they're not ready for use yet. God damn it!
Out.
Forgot to warm them up.
Magnum.
Okay. Rifles are ready. Cap running in.
Yeah, we should probably take turns because the JTAC can only laser one at a time.
Cap looking for a target now.
A15.
Laser code is 1688, isn't it? A-firm.
Rifle 1, your turn.
Thank you, wait for impact. Bypass rolling in.
Out.
Well, this is fun. We're doing boom boom in Harrier, and I'm not screwing it up.
Bypass rifle.
Also, valued viewers, if you care, I found a bug in the Harrier. Every time I get below about 200 feet, AGL,
Has anybody shacked that last SA-15?
the FPS goes about half, so that needs reporting.
Not sure, to be honest.
I had a nail, but it disappeared. A spike, sorry, but it disappeared.
Bypass rifle progress.
En route, 5 seconds. Shack truck.
Cap running in for laser rifle. Rifle out, Cap Winchester, ETA 20 seconds to impact.
I'm getting no more 15 nails.
I think we've done that place in, boys.
Yeah, just shooters and BDRs left now, so if you need to RTB, rearm and take them out.
Is it waypoint 1?
Be the next waypoint, it'll be 4, we'll get you on approach to FARP.
4, approach to FARP.
Yeah, waypoint 4, 5. Waypoint
There you
5
go.
will get you the approach to the FARP roam, and then 6 should be the actual FARP.
See you there, boys.
Yeah, just watch out for landings. Take turns going in, and it's a bit tight.
All call signs on, tactical green, SA-15s are down.
That's wonderful news, boys. Wonderful news. Oh, look at this. The AI just destroyed. Ha 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 ha. Captain's got 5 shacks.
I think I got one.
Look at that, guys.
1 or 2.
That's weird. They didn't count. Oh,
Bypass
there.
rifle.
Cap top scorer. Uh-oh.
Winchester RTB.
Out.
Look at that. Me, top scorer, doing something with my life. That, sir, is nice. That's good feels. Alright, I should concentrate really, shouldn't I?
Right now, we have a waypoint 6 and 7. What are those?
Is it Harriers?
Correct, yeah, for Harriers.
Waypoint 5 should be the approach to the FARP. 6 should be the FARP. I'm not sure what 7 is. Maybe it's 5, 6 and 7, not too sure, sorry.
7 is the friggin'
Roger,
water.
thank you.
But they're waypoints to get you back to the FARP, basically. Past waypoint 4.
Yeah, 5 and 6 are ingress and 7 is the farm. Copy.
Out.
Jigsaw 80 miles back to waypoint 5.
Out.
Copy, we're,
Pull up, pull up.
Harriers are mostly rearming to re-attack AAA and BDRs.
Out. Out. Pull up, pull up.
Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, I think we got the tools with the sidearms.
Out.
Mostly, I think a couple of Mavericks hits as well.
Out. Out.
More than a couple of Mavericks hits, sir. Where's the freaking base gone, guys? Oh, I'm there. Apparently I'm there. Oh, there it is. No, where is it? There it is. There it is. Tally. Oh, feet back on the pedals. Feet back on the pedals, boys. Alright. Watch this, valued humanoids. Watch this go wrong horribly. Oh, why is it doing that? I'm on full power and it's still doing that. Bollocks! Oh, he landed! How the shit did I... Uh-oh. Shut the engine down, shut the engine down. No, that's the tree on fire, it's not me. I'm not on fire. Oh, I am on fire. Shut the engine friggin' down. Quick.
Fuel control.
1-9er, but I can go 1-9er still.
Yeah, supercar.
1-9er. Yeah, 19. Can you get there? I don't think so.
I put the fire out, I put the fire out.
Come to 1-9er.
Right, I'm gonna repair.
Take suppression to the...
Careful, don't hit it. Welcome back, whoever you are.
Rhino clear of the road.
Caution.
Is anyone not down? What is that going on about?
Vipers is ingressing. Macaboose now.
Can we take off if we're ready to go?
Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'll join you there.
Lovely job.
Take off, we're ready.
That's the attitude, boys.
Happy hunting.
That's the spirit. Right. Whoever's ready to come with me, come with me.
Rhino, do you think there'll be more targets at the mech convoy? It should only just be the BTRs. Those are the primary targets. You can clear up anything else you want to, but that's the main. If any of us escape the bigger run, then we can destroy them on the road, en route to Guerilla. That's where they'll be heading, I reckon. Copy, thanks. I was just wondering if we run out of targets at the airfield. Yeah, there's a lot of there is a lot of targets there, but there's buildings. You can attack the buildings. The fuel dump you can attack. But yeah, you can go after the mechanized company if you're out of targets. Sure. Confirm we cover score. Copy. I head to the airfield first. Please confirm you're gonna go back to Guerilla and find some more turrets. Yeah, any targets, any Shukers or light armor, Ekadada are the primary targets for the Harris. 1-1 downwind. Chicks will come. Bypass taking off. Runway. Not let 1-1 on final. Harriers, runway clear. Rhino's taking a runway.
JTAC, stop lasing for some reason, guys.
Yeah, it might have run out of vehicle targets. There should be quite a bit of infantry around, especially around the ammo dump, but just be careful with attacking, not to destroy the ammo dump itself.
Wow, we killed everything. Too efficient for
Go
our own good.
searching for the mechanized company as well, see if there's any survivors from there.
Okay, please confirm we cannot pick up any laser targets, don't we? Because there is no laser anymore.
Correct, there is no more laser.
Has there been any attacks on the runway and taxiways and parking vehicles yet?
Cat running in.
How on earth did you manage to get rockets? It wasn't removed for me.
Ah, just picked it.
Maybe the problem was that you were not close enough to the ammo dumpers, no? Maybe, yeah. Takes RTB.
Guys, remind me what the ammo dump looks like?
The rockets here.
I forget. Is that an ammo dump? Fuel dump, isn't it?
Do you have guns, Jigsaw? I think I'm gonna go back for RDB and rearm because I just have laser Mavericks and they are completely useless. Copy.
Just saw some ground fire, but I don't know what it was. See that? You see that ground fire? What is that? It's a helicopter. It's a helicopter. Helicopter shooting something. It's shooting something in there. What is it shooting? I don't know. I don't know, and I do want to know.
Pull up, pull up.
Ah! Dangnammit, master arm. Come on, you silly little Harrier, let's do this. No more silly bollocks, please.
Landing gear, landing gear.
No, not daddy.
Pull up, pull up.
Boom. Whoa, something's firing. Oh, Cap, run. There are baddies. Lots of AAA down there, guys.
Charlie, running in.
Where did you come
Oh,
from?
the JTAC's not picking up the AAA.
Yeah, a bit annoying.
Landing gear.
One job, Mr. JTAC. One friggin' job.
Landing gear, landing gear.
Right, well, at least you're coming down with me, Mr. Fuel Truck. That is
Pull
what
up,
your
pull
name
up.
is.
Altitude, altitude.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. No! Bollocks! That is not how you fly the Harrier.
Okay, I'll set 225. I'll set 225 to for the flight frequencies for the Harriers for their next missions.
Cap's not in game.
I think we could do with a table for all the jets, well, and the helicopters, I guess, that states what frequencies they can actually pick up, because not everybody's using separate SRS, like standalone.
I'm pretty sure Castle did it already, so there's a sheet of over.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried with whether or not the because we was all down low in the valleys. I wasn't too sure whether the terrain masking is modelled or not.
Oh, it definitely is.
For the
Yeah.
radios.
Yeah, I think it does. It does model it. I think they say, is it a server setting? The line of sight.
Ooh, good point.
Yeah, it's a server setting. So on the SRS server, you can set up if you want to have this enabled or not.
Come on, Bree. Nice.
Copy. Tricks are being applied. 2 areas close to the runway. Copy. I'm gonna go for a short landing, so I'm about it.
it's flying around Guerilla. I'm not getting any more ground fire.
Cap can't see anything in there from God mode.
A lot of parked aircraft to attack. It's a target of the Vigans and the Mirages.
Yeah, the
Nothing to say we can't have it
still up. They should have been taken up by now.
Yeah, the Vigans still up. Maybe they'll come by, but we can help them out. And the JTAC's not lasing any more targets.
I recommend the IR Mavericks if you want. Looks like a couple of Vigans are coming back towards the airfield.
Yeah, they'll be attacking the parkways and taxiways.
Bypass on approach to FOB Rome 10 miles. Traffic bypass on final.
Good bombing, guys. I'm out of time, so I'm off, but you guys carry on. I might soon debrief later.
Yeah, it looks like the Objective A, the attack on Guerilla Air Base, was successful. We managed to destroy the air defences there, the mechanised infantry company, and secure some air-to-air weapons. Some nice, so that will be good going forward. The Special Forces insertion of the MSR sounds like it went well. They were able to navigate a route in, I believe, and insert the Special Forces and then do the diversion attacks, get some rounds down onto the antenna. The search and rescue mission had some sort of issue with it. It didn't trigger properly the next phase of the mission, and that was my fault because I didn't test it thoroughly enough. I thought I fixed it, but I wasn't able to confirm. So, unfortunately, Objective C will have to be resumed at another date. And yeah, apologies to everybody who essentially wasted their time. But I believe a little bit of formation practice anyway. But yeah, sorry about that.
Good flight, good mission.
Good day,
Yeah,
boys.
nice ingress on the mech company. Hello. It was me in front of you.
Oh, copy that. Yep.
Nice merge.
Good
Yep,
practice
sorry
for
about
good practice for the formation flying. Good job, guys.
All right, well done, guys. I'll catch you next time.
See you, Cap.
Later all.
Bye, Cap.
Later, Cap.
Bye, guys.
Bye.